everybody, and welcome back. We have some live stream Star Wars Legion for you here from Entoyment in Poole. We have 3 games for you throughout the day, and we're going to keep you up to date with all of the action as we're going through. We are just getting started for the first round. We're going to go through the list in just a moment, but let's have a quick look and see what the actual mission is for today. So I'm just going to bring that all up on the screen so you have some nice pictures to see as well. Just bear with me a second. I left my mouse at home, so I'm having to use the pad on the laptop, which is always fun. But yes, you are here with Out of Arcade. My name is Phil, and I'll be going through all of the action with you today. We'll have some sneak peeks of some of the other tables as well. If you go through to our Instagram account, we're going to have some of those up there. It's early in the morning, guys. I'm still trying to figure out how words work right now.
And he was like this and balanced it like that.
Let's find the last bit. Okay, so the mission is up. We've got recover the research is our deployment. We also have sweep and clear as the objective, and strafing run with cutting deployment. It's all a really good fun one there. We're going to have a look and see how this goes. They're getting these tables set up now, and we will keep you up to date with all the action, and we'll run through those lists momentarily as well. Just going to go make sure the other tables are all happy and fine, and then let them know how long we've got until we start the timer. So we'll be back in just a moment with you guys. You can have a look at this lovely Scarif board we've got here today. But yeah, I'll be back in just a moment. Hello guys, we are back. The players are nearly ready to go. We're going to go through their list in just a moment once the matchup has started. But just a reminder, it is Recover the Research, Strafing Run, Sweep and Clear for this matchup. It's going to be 2.5 hours for the game, and we are going to have as much fun as possible. Like I said, I'll keep you up to date with all the action as we're going through, and we will be starting in about 2 minutes on the game, and then we will go through the list. So, but in the meantime, let's have a look and see what other cool angles we have on this Scarif board. Looking forward to seeing all the action on here today. We've got some very pretty boards down here. Again, big thank you to Matt Hay, who has set up all of these boards for us. He's done a fantastic job. He's got himself down here well in advance for us to be able to get all these cool boards set up. Nice little bunker over in that back corner. But yeah, it's a very nice board that we've got to play on today. Hopefully we're going to get some cool shots at the action. Obviously, don't forget, keep your comments coming in the chat so I can see what you're thinking of the game, how it's going, who you think who you believe is going to take the prize in game 1. But we're going to check that all the tables are ready and get them started, and we'll be back in just a moment for you guys. There we go, guys. The timer is set. So let's have a look at the list we have on the table. So we've got Lee and Jake on the top table to start with. Okay, we don't have Lee's list uploaded, but what I'll do is I will go around, have a look at his cards in a bit, do it the old-fashioned way, but Jack has got his list up on the board, and we've got a rebel list from. Let's double check. Sorry, it's not Jack, it's Jake. That's always fun when you have two names. We've got a separatist list from Jake. Confused me. I heard him say Kalani, and I was just like, hold on. That's not what I'm looking at right now. So, thank you. Thank you. And Leah's just sent me his iPad. I'm a Samsung fan, so whoop. No, it's all right. We wouldn't do that. We might be saving that for later. So, having a look at what we've got on Jake's side. He's running Super Tactical Droid Kalani with aggressive tactics. Lead by example in environmental gear. We've got a unit of B2 Super Battle Droids with a B2 ACM Trooper and the Super Battle Droid. We've got 2 units of B1 Battle Droids with the PK series Worker Droid in there. Another unit of B2 Battle Droids with the B2 ACM Trooper and the Viper Recon Droid. 2 units of the BX series droids with the Sniper Vibro Swords Impact Grenades. And 3 units of Droidicas, because who doesn't love Droidicas? And rounding out the list, we've got the NRN99 Swader class Tank Destroyer Prototype Tank Droid, because they just want to make the names as long as possible. Do they have to change the font to fit that on the card, I wonder, or do they just abbreviate it? But the Persuader class tank droid has defense protocols, linked targeting array, armor-piercing shells, and high-energy shells. So, really fun list there. Nice to see the droids on the table. Over on the other side, Lee is running some rebels. He has got Han Solo with improvised orders, up close and personal, and prepared supplies. He's got 3 units of Rebel Troopers with MPL 57 Ion Trooper, a Rebel Trooper, and Recon Intel. He's got 3 ATRTs with Laser Cannon and the Emergency Transponder. We have the Bad Batch, awesome, with Wrecker, Echo, Tech, Hunter, and Omega. 2 Rebel Sleeper Cells with R4 Astromech, Situational Awareness and Targeting Scopes. And rounding off the list, we have the AA5 Speeder Truck with Refurbished Gonk Droid, Unstable R5 Astromech, Rider Azadi, he thinks.
Driver who lets you go up to speed tube for the bus.
Ooh, fast bus. AG2G quad laser and the onboard comms channel. So it is Rebels versus Separatists. Are we saying that Rebels time walk back, or are these Separatists all dusty and looking to shake it off and try and get some murdering done? We are going to find out shortly. This is obviously going straight into turn 1 at the moment. So we're looking forward to seeing what happens with all the action today. As I said, guys, let us know in the comments how you think. Yes, the CIS list is an experimental droids battle force raid. So we did hear them discussing that earlier. So that's going to be interesting to see how this experiment actually does go. So, obviously, special rules. The Experimental Droids Battle Force is part of the Separatist Alliance faction. You'd like to think so, otherwise more droid factions would be a bit awkward. But the following units do count as core units for the purpose of any army building a battle class. That's the IG-100 Magna Guard as prototype assassin droids. At the start of each activation phase, you may choose up to 1 of your special units. If you do, put 3 surge tanks on the unit card once during the activation. Basically, a lot of cool stuff. You can increase the speed by 1 during the next movement, gain 1 aim token or 1 dodge, add 1 black dice and 1 white dice to the attack pool, and remove up to 2 suppression tokens. That's a lot of good stuff for the experimental droids there. I've not really used the experimental droids that much, because I haven't played Legion all that much in a while, but having watched Legion being played, I am excited to get back into it, probably when the new starter sets get out, because I don't know if I actually have enough for a full force nowadays, because mine was more built around the old school style. Does mean, though, that I'll have to buy more clones, and that means painting more whites. Oh, the joy. Or I could just get more B1s and have more than 6 units. Big units. I could do 3 big units at the moment. Oh, God, the thought of building B1 battle droids, though. We all know the pain of that, guys. We all know the pain. Yeah, we've got 10 players down here at Entoyment today. Unfortunately, 2 players couldn't make it. We do hope that they are doing well, and if they are, watching a big wave to them from everyone. But yeah, so we've got 10 players today, 5 tables on the go, and we also have 3 games for you today. So really excited to see how they're going. We've got some action, and it all appears to be right down the other end of the table, so that it makes it just hard enough. It's all right. I've got my binoculars out. I think I can see some stuff down there. But there we go. We've got some sleepers down there, some droidicas hitting the table. Droidicas are going to be quite fun. Yes, Rain, obviously I do have an airbrush now, so painting white would be a lot easier. I could strip all my old clones and redo them, but I've got a lot of other stuff on the painting desk at the moment. But yeah, airbrush and white is always good. And yeah, I agree. I don't think anyone could pay me to build any more. Well, depends on what they're paying me. If they're buying me models to build their B1 battle droids, I might take that offer up. But yeah, I know what you mean. I don't think I'd want any more B1s. having had the Clone Starter set and the Separatist Invasion Force. And if you're interested to see my struggles on that, I did do a little mini video series early last year, I think it was, where I decided to try and build and paint the Separatist Invasion Force in 24 hours. And the B1 battle droids were definitely the hardest. I will say, I thoroughly enjoyed building the A18 tank. That was a real joy to build, actually. One of my favourite builds I've done. And droidicas, they're interestingly annoying to build, I will say. Oh, and here we go. We've got our first ATRT hitting the table there. Those battle boxes that they did were a great way to buy in, and I mean, I bought a load. I did do a big splurge when they did the May 4th start. Sort of lent heavily into the clones, and then when the Separatist Invasion Force came out, bought that to go heavier into the droids. So I've got very much prequel side of the Legion stuff, but looking at some of this cool stuff on the board, like the Rebels are looking nice. Got our first attack. So one shield down on a droidica. 2 shields down on the droidica. Sorry. Okay.
One dodge, 2 shields.
Binoculars. 1 dodge, 2 shields. Oh yeah. Yeah, B1s are amazing. Like, so good to paint. Either with an airbrush or just a whole pot of Skeleton Horde contrast paint made that an absolute doddle. But looks like the debate now of what to bring on next onto the board.
Would it offend you if I said No, we didn't. That's fine.
Of course. Yep.
We probably should have, but we didn't, so oops.
From everything else, it gets dodges. Everything else gets dodges.
Yeah, 1 ATRT, 1 bus. Yeah, one of the 3 was in the bus words.
As always, good luck. I need it. Man comes out, someone should need it.
Typically, we are having a bit of an issue with one of our cameras, so just trying to.
One pointing at me is the face.
Just trying to get that resolved quickly.
2-pip is agile, defense, loads of shit.
And there's the other one.
Anything near me at mine is 1,000,001 dodges.
We do have another 8080 about to hit the board.
We'll do the exact same. He was same squad, yeah. Same squad. That same move. So aim, yada yada.
Pop the transponder.
There we go, exact same one.
I'm like fiending.
Did you pop the transponder?
Yeah.
So that's 2 hits and a crit. So we finally have a damage on the droidicas there.
Like that?
Yeah,
Yeah, you won't get the scratch. Order. The standard.
And looks like we're getting some B2s up on the table now.
Shield token and aim. Yeah.
You are silent.
We know. Do we want to fancy?
And doing that classic really quickly in the background, trying to fix things that aren't working properly. We'll have a look at that a little bit later. So we've only got the 2 cameras for this, but
Bring on the legs.
As in,
you know
you
it.
can definitely get there at 2. It's just also take away.
another unit of sleeps out coming out onto the board. Looking like they're all going up that top end.
Yeah.
That's up.
No, definitely going to be able to move. There. Either way, Right. So, scout to that.
Let's go have a look and see what we can do about getting they're being hidden. We don't want hidden stuff, we want stuff all the way in view. So let's see what we can do about getting a cool angle there.
In there. Yep. Ready for.
Gaining 2 dodges.
There we go, we can see the sleepers now, and they've got some B2s right in front of them. Are they going to turn those B2s into plates, bowls and armour? Or will the B2s turn the sleepers into something less, well, into sleepers?
Yeah, absolutely. As he should be. They're not broken.
One.
Big round of dice coming through, let's see.
That one I'll quit. Those 5 I'll lift.
Ooh. 2 crits and
You know where it was. Yeah.
Have they got how many crits on it? Yeah. Yes. One dead and an ion.
Oh, 1 dead and an ion on that first shot there. Well, I say first shot on that shot there. That was a bit of a brutal one there. But that will be the Viper Recon droid going down there instead, rather than suffering anything too damaging there.
To be fair, now before those guys out, I could have done the deck.
We can definitely
Yeah. We got scout already.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You can get 2 with your scout to scout me.
Oh, we've got some assassin droids coming in. Yeah, I find when it comes to the defense dice, mine also have a similar aspect. It could be Legion, it could be X-Wing, or it could be even 40k. My saving throws tend to be a little bit awry.
We'll move on. Take an aim. Spend any XP first. Add a black and a white.
Yeah, I'll get my dice out.
Oh, we're getting an experimental surge, adding a black and white to the pool. The BXs are going into the sleepers.
I've got lethal one as well.
Let's have a look and see what we're getting here on the first shot. There's a lot of tokens there to help. Ooh.
I'll give you that one back.
Not.
I'm going to give you that back. No, because you gave me the lines up and down.
The last thing.
So it's 6 hits, piercing with the aim, 2 dodged, and that is 4 gone from those sleepers there. The assassin's doing exactly what we wanted.
I'm not going to kill the ion.
But that is a big hit there. But just a reminder, obviously, we don't sweep and clear, so they can score an additional victory point when an enemy unit is defeated by an attack made by a friendly unit. You can do that in any territory, friendly territory, contested territory, or enemy territory. Enemy territory obviously scores 2 victory points when you score that. 1 victory point for all of the other areas. But moving on up and see if they can get in range of those BXs. We might be seeing the bus shortly.
Okay.
Ryltoh is adding to 2.
Oh, here comes the bus.
Executing it in the narrations. They're so clicky, I know exactly.
The bus is banking its way in. Ironically, the base is up, but it actually looks like it's level. So maybe those passengers are getting a nice ride in there. No, apparently this is the xenophobe rebels. But here we go, they are jumping out. See if they get some effective shooting. So as well, guys, obviously it's Recover the Research, so you play 6 lab POIs as shown on the Recover the Research map card. Starting in the second round, during each end phase, players score 1 victory point if a friendly unit contests 2 labs, 2 victory points if a friendly unit contests 3 labs, and 3 victory points if the unit contests 4 or more labs. So that will come into effect in round 2. Obviously, we are still right in the midst of round 1. So, lots and lots and lots of tokens, lots of dice. Let's see what we get.
Oh, snap!
Ooh, hit and 3 crits on the Droidicus. Oh, 4 damage going through. That is a Droidica down. And 2 wounds on the other one, 1 wound left on that Droidica. That was a pretty good shot there. And the bus looks to have moved up for a bit of a screen there to try and keep those rebels ready. Let's see what the next drop is coming out for CIS.
You are off the table, technically.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting dilemma here. So the bus is raised, so they're asking if they can shoot under the bus, and it just came up, and the players have done, you know what, the players did the best thing. They put it down to the luck of the dice. Did we say that was a no shooting under the bus? No shooting under the bus.
In this case, if I don't
Yeah, alright. Cool. I was not expecting that.
Yeah. It's always fun when you play a game with those interesting scenarios that you don't think will ever turn up, and you suddenly have to go, how do we figure this out? Always best, and it is the 3rd unit of Droidicas. I do promise Jake does have something other than Droidicas in his list. It's just he kept pulling them. We do obviously have the B1s over in the top corner. We've got the BX and we have some B2s on the board as well. So we've got plenty of stuff on the table. But it looks like those droidicas are coming in. Going to see if they can get some shots in on the rebels.
I was like, it was just a standard thing. Okay.
And just having a bit of a wander around. Let's see what's happening on some of the other tables. There's some great looking tables out here, to be honest, guys. And as I said, I'm going to have them up on Instagram if you want to see what all of the other tables look like. And obviously, if I see some cool models, I'll take pictures of those. I mean, they're all cool models, really. But these tables look absolutely amazing. Big thank you to Matt from Entoyment, who has actually set these up for us. He came down last night, got them all set up. In fact, he's the one that does all of our terrain down here, making it look absolutely fantastic.
This is the best I can do. Fucking right. I've got another 9 hours of this, so I've got another 9 hours. She didn't think from times, I get really fidgety. Really
Very, very short.
40k is horrible, so I'm like waiting for an entire time. Like,
But droidicas are tokened and shielded up. Just seeing if you can get into some range to get some shots on the droidicas. Obviously, it's always nice when you get shots in first turn, but it's not a guarantee to get shots in first turn.
You didn't put the shield on your side. Your feet.
Yeah, they got swords.
Yeah. They were playing fancy,
It's swords or shields. They're the same slot.
Yes.
And then you've got sniper or
But with the X's. So, big one onto your left hand completely missed it. We've got the bag anyway. And the bag give me
Windows.
yeah, the speaker itself.
I was gonna say, if it wasn't, if you want to move back. No, that is it. I would put they can blend in and.
More rebels hitting the table. They are definitely flooding that top end. So I think that top end, there must be something good over there. I think there's a new Starbucks open, and they're all looking to see if they can get themselves a pumpkin spice latte. Oh, they are moving rapidly onto the board.
Oh, it's always CI. Always CI. So all of it.
So that leaves 5 to 7.
I'm going to move right.
They don't count. If it was Kalani that was, then they'd be able to.
Everyone very much using that bus as a shield there. I think it's a really, really solid play, actually, to be honest. Just want to get them on the board in an advanced position so that your opponent can't take them out straight away, or at least has to possibly put themselves out of position to be able to get them. Giving you some more assets in the turn 2, where they can really hammer home. Still got more Rebels, Bad Batch, and Han to come onto the board at some point. It's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing Han on the table. I don't think I've ever actually watched a game with Han on the table, so it's going to be interesting to see that. But it's nice to get the Rebels on, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not going near the
Wheel mode not? Yeah.
We made days ago.
Yeah, I was expecting to see yesterday.
I was practicing all over chat.
Oh, I've got a list of
So wheel mode on.
Yeah.
B1 come on after that.
B1, B2 and a tank.
3 dodges. What do you mean? Oh, I don't
I'm trying to figure out why you have one activation only.
So the pictures of some of the tables are now up on Instagram, guys. You can find that on Instagram at Out of Arc if you want to see what the other tables are looking like. They look absolutely fantastic. Again, we've got some really cool terrain pieces on there. We've got a Ewing on one table. We've got an AT-AT. We've got Vulture droids. And down at the far side we have our Tatooine board. I really want to just do some pod racing on that board at this point. You know, when are AMG going to bring us pod racing? They've got rid of X-Wing. Why not bring us pod racing? I would definitely be in for that. Obviously, we have our Mario Kart on the channel with X-Wing, but we've got a big attack coming in here, guys. Oh, that's not too bad. Only a few dice pulled out there, so 4 hits, 2 surges and a crit.
But usually it is a
So 2 for the cover, 2 for dodge, leaving 2 to save, and ooh, guys are dropping there. So I say about them getting into some cover, but then they got absolutely flanked up there. So yeah, great little crowd we've got down here again. A lot of the players from Beachhead coming back down, so lovely to see them again. Weird to think that Beachhead was just over a month ago and that we are already back doing more Legion.
Move on. Oh, clearly there.
Yes, the Rebels have definitely decided that top corner is going to be theirs, and the CS are going to have to dig them out. Really wish I brought a telescope now, because it's right at the opposite end from where I am sat. But that's absolutely fine. Luckily, the top down can see it quite nice. Yeah.
And it's the one thing you can dodge here, so I'm going to.
Yes, no, that's
I say one thing, you've got half time in the back roll and just actions. Over to you. No, sorry, second action.
So obviously what we have got today is prizes for first, second, third, best painted, and also sportsmanship. I do think sportsmanship is going to be a difficult one to decide. They're all really nice players, to be honest. All really good fun. Yeah, those of you that are tuned in and are confused, yes, this is not X-Wing. We are back doing some more Legion live. X-Wing will resume later in the week. Obviously, we are in the midst of Flight Academy at the moment. Oh, if we'd had the surge, that would have been an amazing roll. But in the end, it's just a hit and 2 crits. So no cover on those BXs going Kalani doing Kalani things. And 2 saves on those red dice.
Guardian everything and then lose
Oh, and here it comes. The droid tank with the longest name possibly in the game is joining the table with the longest base in the game as well.
C3 or C2, 1, 2, maybe 3 here. Maybe that one.
And it is all about that top corner up there. Really, that's where we're wanting to have all of the action, it would appear.
We're going to shoot your truck.
Yeah.
We'll tap our piercing shells.
Armor piercing shells going into the truck. Can we get a big boom boom here?
Two whites and two blacks is the main gun.
There's clearly a leaf in the way.
Trying to find what cover they can. So let's have a look at the dice. Gonna need that aim. So looks like we've got 3 saves to make. Not
You're fine. Yeah.
I took 2 dice away.
and no saves. That's 3 damage on to the bus. And if you're used to public transport, buses having damage on them is obviously, we don't condone it, but it's quite common.
Dodge 1, 2 says. Share the dodge.
But again, nice to see some big items on the table. Just had to move my angle. I actually forgot that we had the 3 ATRTs on the board. They have already encroached on the board. So, whilst obviously the foot troops are all up at that top corner, we do have 3 ATRTs further down the table. So 2 down in the middle and 1 in between the observation point and the turret. But at the moment, obviously, a lot of the action is happening over on the left-hand side of the screen. No scores so far on Sweep and Clear. Everything has managed to sort of just keep itself alive. And Sweep and Clear is from the first round.
6 black.
No,
I don't actually. I actually don't
No,
know.
point, okay. So much. Yeah, and we'll go. Yeah.
remove phone.
Yeah, no, you have because part of it's overlapped anyway. So yeah.
Oh, the Rebels are getting a good, solid shot in there. So that is spending the aim 6 hits.
6 heavy.
Scout point.
Oh my god, it takes a 4.
Scout point.
Oh, heavy cover, dropping 4 of those and taking 1. You know, when you see 6 hits coming, you get a little bit concerned, but only losing 1 model there, that's not bad at all.
Okay.
So just 2 activations left. We've got some B2s coming in. B2s and B1s left on Drake's side, and Lee has the Bad Batch and Han waiting to come in. B2 is looking like they're going in at the bus. They don't like the look of it. They want to get rid of it.
8 plus 3 reds plus black and white. No aim or anything. That's pretty fucking good.
Oh, what a roll there! Only picking up 3 of those. So that's good because you got the armor 5, 3 saves to make. Oh, and the bus is down. The bus is down. And friendly territory score there for Jake. But the bus is down, guys. It took an absolute pounding, though, and I think it did kind of what it was there to do, which is get some troopers up, and then screen for the troops behind. So the bus is there. It's just basically a big, massive shield, but it did exactly what it was meant to do. So, but still, to see it drop, always a little bit disappointing. It's nice to see a really big, cool model on the board like that.
Scout and then move.
But we've got Han joining the matchup now.
Half unit was there, wasn't it?
Han looks like he's going to drop in and just try and organise a game with Sabak over by the bunker at the moment. He's had a lot of experience trying to get into the bunkers, and something always seems to go wrong.
Each one owns 2 black dice.
And that's the last unit of B1s joining the table.
Oh yeah, basically you need it.
Okay, so we'll check.
So we'll do that.
And we will.
Take off the ion or bring a guy back? Bring a guy back.
So, Repair Droid bringing models back. Couldn't remove the ion, but you know what? Having more models is always good.
Nothing. I spent on search to make it a hit.
Oh, that is a...
Just as a question, yeah.
Wow, that is... That was an unfortunate roll. There was... Last roll, super hot. This roll, super not.
Back, and you've got 1 unit.
I'm done.
You're done.
Yeah. Yeah, I went first.
So, final activation of turn 1. It is the Bad Batch coming onto the board.
The Nifasuni now goes from anybody else.
Really?
Pull that away from Joy is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's good.
It's absolutely ridiculous. There are special rules. I mean,
I wish I played an army that could take back. They're so
Told you about it. I have told you so many times.
it's so good.
Reinforcements.
Kind of litigation, tanking,
What would you do with this being out?
So, just wait to see what the Bad Bats want to try and have a go at.
What hit?
Oh.
Crit, shield 1.
Again, really cool to see the Bad Batch on the board. It's always nice when you see like iconic characters from the shows on there. And I'm just always a little bit disappointed that we never got the Bad Batch's ship in X-Wing, because that, I think, would have been really, really cool. CIS doing their reinforcement step now.
Should have done it. Should have done it.
But yeah, so coming to the end of turn 1, obviously it's a 1-point lead to Jake, having scored the friendly territory for sweep and clear by getting rid of the big old bus.
Real annoying. As I'm sure you're aware. It's got reposition and then not spaces get a free tip while they move. So I can do both.
That's three.
I can place like that. And
Yes, of course. You dodged, yeah, you dodged the initial one. Yeah. It was the first initial dodge. Yeah, that's safe.
Okay, so that is turn 1 done. As I said, 1 point to Jake for the friendly territory.
There's a tech. I'll explain.
It's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, a little bit of reinforcements pushing up there and getting some really cool positions. Like that droid tank is in a really nice position just to open up on those rebels and also get those B2s up a little bit more. Extra speed to get into the action, but it's all going to be about those objectives for the next round as well. So we're going to see, because obviously as I said, it is recover the research as well as sweep and clear. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle this next turn. Again, a lot of action up in that top corner, so turn 2 will be coming up very shortly. They are just about to draw their command cards. And we'll give you a see what the command cards are going to be.
One order with the one hit.
3 orders, 1 order.
So,
One order with
Yes, you get 1 order with the card. It's
we've got Sabotage, Communication,
One order with
and
the card.
Roger are our cards. So, we're going into turn 2 now. Let's see what the action brings.
So we get dodge. Kalani will direct.
So looking to get a slightly better angle. Seems all the action seems to be happening right up the top there. A lot of orders placed around there from Polani, and B1. Just getting that all around the board.
I can't directly you first, yeah.
You're going to go with them before they get shot and killed. Let's be honest. That is your plan, isn't it?
Well, kill stuff, yeah. That is the plan, yeah.
This squad is going to use their focus for
I thought he was getting lucky on one of
Rebels now pushing up, getting into that cover, and then looking to take some shots. Getting a dodge and a name token over there as well. Obviously, you can probably hear all the other tables going at it out there, and it is looking pretty cool. We've got. Let's have a look at what our split is for factions. So we have, again, 10 players are actually down with us there. We've got 3 Rebels, we've got 3 Republic, we've got 2 Empire, and we have 2 Separatists. No Shadow Collective, no one was brave enough to come out of the shadows and try and collect some dead bodies. So sorry, 11 coveralls only takes 2 out. Oh, this is going to be a lot of saves here. We could be losing. Didn't have enough red dice. Oh, not. I was going to say, not too bad. But that is a death and enemy territory. So contested territory for Lee there. As I said, that bus was there to shield those troopers so they could do that the next turn. And that is an absolutely brutal shot there. Yeah, that was brutal. But yeah, as I said, we have 3 Rebels, we have 3 Republic, we have 2 Empire, and we have 2 CIS today. And we'll try and see if we can feature all the factions. It shouldn't be too difficult. We've got 3 games. We've already featured 2 factions, so we should be able to get the other 2 on the table. Again, it'd be nice to see some stormtroopers out there. Always nice to see some clone troopers. Again, I'm a big fan of the clones. But if you are liking what we're doing here, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Legion Live might be becoming a lot more regular. We're really enjoying seeing it on the table. It's a really nice, good fun day with a good crowd. So we might be getting some more live Legion. Obviously, we do have our X-Wing content going up regularly. We are right at the beginning of Flight Academy Season 8. So we've got that coming up during the weeks. And obviously looking at other game modes as well. But for those of you that are enjoying the Legion content, welcome. Good to have you here. And we're hoping to get more Legion on the table as well. You never know, we might even get ourselves back on the table playing Legion at some point. But we have the solitary droidica. Pivoting and moving up.
And then we'll shoot into your damage.
Yep.
Going into the sleeper cell can.
Yes.
Do 3 moves. Yep.
Oh. Classic decision on which one do you take away? The one that isn't even paying attention.
Suppressive on that one.
Yeah.
So I do. It's one of the things I do like when you're playing miniature games like this. There's so many. There's so many sort of like crazy superstitions, shall we say? Like, oh, if your gun is firing solid rounds and you haven't drilled out the barrel of the gun, how can it shoot? You never refer to something as a missile because it will always miss. If a model isn't facing the right way, obviously in this line of sight isn't as an issue without, well, face orientation isn't an issue on non-notched bases, but if they're not facing the right way, how do they know what's going to happen? Although it would be funny if Lee decides to do that with one of the Bad Batch and just go, oh, Hunter's facing the wrong way, he's the one that's going down. I think it'd be more of a case of I'll actually assign this where I want it to be assigned. Oh, the Bad Batch are moving up quick. They might be having a bit of PTSD here and wanting to get rid of some of those droids as quickly as possible. As we know, they definitely are not big fans of the clankers. So looking at splitting fire with the Bad Batch, just getting their tokens out.
See an eligible.
Three normal dudes going to B2.
Orange as well, so it's nice.
So we've got, I think it's Wrecker and Omega are splitting off their fire. So Wrecker and Omega are going to try and take out that final droidica. So two hits, one shield, and that droidica lives. So the rest going into the B2s. Oh, I think that maybe the Bad Batch left their targeting scopes at home today. So the cover roll, nothing gets removed for cover, so it's straight into. Oh ho ho! That is a great roll on defense there, and the knife hits handle first and just clonks off of those B2's heads. Wow, the Bad Batch they clearly need to warm their guns up. They clearly need to warm their guns up a little bit there. So they are also right in the midst of everything.
I watched I melted BXs and then the back went.
Always the fuck with after all of that. After all of that. Oh. That was.
Ooh, surge spend for a speed 2 with the droidicas. They are getting right up into the action. But they are getting up there to contest that objective. There is one objective just under that observation point there.
Right, when I go through, mate, by that point I'll be tired and not thinking.
We're going to fire into the blue suite itself.
Yes.
Ooh, Dronicus is firing into blues.
Oh.
Light cover does not drop anything. Saves do not save anything. That is 2 down.
No, there's still one left.
Oh, he's there. He was hidden for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still one left. That's from the leader.
No.
One model left in that unit, which means we're not scoring the contested territory. That is... Oh, sneaky. Again, it's a nice point where painting the rim of the bases in Legion just as a differentiate between the units is very, I think, very handy. I tend to try and differentiate my squads by having them as, for instance, my Republic, each squad is from a different legion, and my Droidicas, I have different markings on them, but again, having it on the bases is quite nice. It's a much quicker way of differentiating. But I can't help it, I do like a nice crisp black rimmed base on my models.
Surge.
Yeah, we will on it. I don't think I do. Plus, I'm not having
So still looking to see where these ATRTs come in. So reliable, that one back in. Core coming. Yeah. I mean, like I said, Rain, I like where the bases are coloured differently. It's almost so ingrained for me now to just have all of my bases with a nice crisp black rim that having colour bases, I don't think I could do it. So I try and make my units themselves. I think I've got the 212th, the 442nd, the 501st. I think the arcs I went with the Coruscant Guard red markings. I do need to get them out and finish painting them up because I think they do look really cool. We have the shots of shots. So we've got 6 crits. 6 crits. I tell you what, these dice these guys have been rolling are very. Oh, that tank is taking some serious hurts there. That's 4 damage on the Persuader. He's still got a good amount of health left. He's got 7 left on the Persuader, so. Oh. We've got a big shot going into Han here, guys. Han is just behind the bunker. That tank can see 7 going into Han. How is Han's luck feeling? Don't tell him the odds. Oh, Han is still up. Yeah, I think that's one of the things with Legion, where with Legion you've got obviously a fairly decent range of models, but again, you're going to be running a lot more multiples of things than, say, other games. Obviously, X-Wing is nice and easy because you've got so many different ships, and if you are running the same ship, you've got their card on there, you put like a little number token on there, it makes it nice and easy. You can obviously have a number token going around with your units, but that's just a pain in the arse. 40k, like another game, 40k in AOS or other games I play, you don't tend to run multiples of the same unit, and you can model them slightly different as well. I say that, I am currently in the process of painting up a Death Corps of Krieg army, and I do have 3 units of Krieg that are all going to look very similar, so I've got to decide how I'm going to mark them differentially. But that's a job for later, Phil, when I get around to finish painting them. It's been many nights. I'm trying to get my 1,000 points done. And I'm in the process of batch painting 30 models in one as quickly as possible.
Not necessary, but
But so I am really enjoying getting stuff painted, and I think once I've got my Krieg done, it might be time to get back to looking at finishing up some of my Legion pieces. I do have an ATRT that no, not an ATRT, an LA80, sorry, that I've had around for a while that I need to get finished painting up. That might be a big old airbrush jobby there.
I'll spend. I should spend a surge. Yeah, I'll spend a surge out of that white.
So lots happening up in that top corner.
Name. No, they don't surge.
Oh, lots of dice. Only dropping 3, so 8 there.
Okay.
So
You can't complain after
I can't complain.
Han is still up with 1. Wow, Han is taking an absolute pounding.
So that would be the
The ATRT is coming back into the fight up there.
But they are to scale. So for difficult, it would be.
Although the front guy isn't used to it.
With that, you've got to go
Next would be.
So 1 save on the BX. It goes through.
Yeah.
Best part Kenobi. Favorite part Kenobi.
Their show, sorry.
Still looking to try and, obviously Jake's still trying to see if he can take out a unit and get another VP on sweep and clear, but we obviously recover the research is now active now, so contesting those objectives is obviously going to score them points as well. So if they obviously control or contest 2 labs, they're going to get 2 victory points. 1 lab is 1 and 4. I'm trying to read it upside down. Let's put it over so I can actually look at it. So, second round during the gen phase, the player scores 1 victory point if the unit contests 2 labs, 2 victory points for 3, and 3 victory points for 4 or more. Obviously, a lot of the ones down the bottom side of this board, I say bottom to me, on the right-hand side of the table are kind of being a little bit left alone. All of that action is definitely right up the top there.
And strategize. Strategize yourself.
I'm going to take one
So no panic there, so they are going to get an action.
Yeah.
You want us to know the text? About recovery? 2 orders. Well, 1, 2, Kenobi, each got 4 order control.
Well, looks like we go with the lone. The Rebel Trooper on his lonesome. Well, the Rebel Sleeper on his lonesome. He's going to see what he can do before going down. I mean, he was very lucky to survive that shot, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's the it's the basic danger. That's back. Already up.
So we'll go for those B2.
Aggro.
So one cover.
Cover first, right?
I don't think cover or dodge.
So just one hit. Cover doesn't get rid of it, so having to spend the dodge. Keeping him safe, but at the same time, having to spend the dodge could be key.
He's got 1 up, 8 up.
You're mad.
Oh, yeah, I know he does.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, it's the EK.
That's why I'm saying about my library. Yes, dude. Yeah, right.
The mentor is cheap.
Maybe not that one. Oh, I removed the one. Removed that one. That was there. That's the one. Yep.
Ooh, the assassins are coming up. Are they going to try and snipe out that last sleeper and score some points there? Let's see. Jake has already scored the friendly territory and Lee has already taken contested territory. So that means any territory for either of them score friendly for Lee, contested for Jake, and obviously enemy territory as well to be scored. Oh, that's not a great. So we've got.
Unless you cover all. Oh no, because that's
Ooh. Sorry, that was not in sleeper. That was into hard. Hard is down.
Oh yeah.
And Kenobi as well.
Any?
contested, please. Yeah, thank you.
So that is contested territory scored for Jake there, giving him an additional victory point, taking it up 2-1, coming towards the end of round 2. And so the first 2 rounds tend to be a little bit longer.
We will.
I would say that the local community is quite excited for it. I know that I, myself, am actually quite excited to see what those new starter sets look like, and may even consider picking one of those up, depending what's in them. Obviously, it'd be nice to. If there's some decent stuff in the Republic one, I might have to pick that up to fill up my Republic a little bit more. And again, it'd be interesting to see the unit cards. I'm wondering if they're going to still do the same thing they've done prior, which is actually have the unit cards up on a nice PDF, because they've been really handy for me to have a look at and try and get back into grips with the game. But I'm curious overall what else is in those starter packs. Will they provide dice? Will they provide any templates?
So these new battle force packs are going to be a free starter for your force. It'll be templates, range bits, dice, everything you need to run a 600-point force.
Nice. I've just been confirmed by Lee that they are going to be good, basically. Have everything you need for a 600-point force, which is great, because add that to what I've already got, and I will definitely have enough for 1,000. I mean, I probably could do 1,000.
It's a really cool hero. It will be a proper balance, hitting almost every point.
Nice. Yeah, so long story short, really looking forward to those new packs, and we'll have to. Oh, print and play is good. Yeah, I'm really interested about those packs. I mean, for me, what it's going to be is it's going to come down to the price point of the packs as well as to roughly how much they're going to be. I mean, if you're thinking of the 600-point force, it's not. I mean, I anticipate, like with any of the previous battle forces, it will be a significant bargain compared to buying them individually. I mean, dice are expensive, man. But it'll be interesting to see. I'm kind of interested. Again, at the moment, when it comes to playing, my focus is more aimed towards the Warhammer side of things at the moment. But I'm excited to get back into Legion soon as well. So having it on the channel has been really good fun. And I know there's a few other people as well that I've been speaking to who are looking at those starter packs and thinking that might actually be a good way to get into Legion. So anything that gets new players into a game as well is also always really exciting. But we've got some attacks coming here.
Back and forth, that was training, man. That was nuts, yeah. No, I you just wasn't an arc squad.
Troopers moving up.
I'm a little bit.
Looking at the Spitfire, possibly take out that Droidica over there, but no.
Go to Guardian just like melee. I'm like, nah, surely he doesn't. And then you got the speed 3 out, and then you went, oh.
So with 3 saves. So that is a B2 down and an ion. Yeah, I mean £70. If it's £70 for me, I'd be like, whew, I would definitely be buying that. £100 again. It all depends on exactly what you're going to get in there. £100 is obviously a lot for a single force starter pack, but you kind of got to weigh up what you're going to get in there. And I always like to look at it like broken down by right. You get X boxes, they're X amount. How much are you saving? But I mean, anything between 70 and 100 would be quite interesting to me. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what they come out with. To be honest. And yes, obviously having more Jedi as well in my Republic does seem really cool.
Absolutely. Yep. You call it?
Because I've got low profile,
Yeah, absolutely. So if you touch it, I ignore. You ignore.
Just 3 crits.
Ooh, hitting 3 crits into the Bad Batch.
Do the heavy cover, and I'll think about my
Yes, single faction packs. If you want to do play with someone else, then you do end up having that. You both end up having to spend. But what you've got to take into account there is that if it's a single faction pack, you're probably going to get more in there than if you had a dual faction starter set. I mean, you look at the dual faction starter sets they've had recently, and you would normally need 2, possibly 3 of them to be even able to actually have a full game. And it's the other stuff you get in there as well. So if you're going to get the tokens, if you're going to get the templates, if you're going to get the dice, that is actually going to be really good because you're going to end up having a better amount. So say you were splitting a single starter set as it was originally, you've only got 1 set of templates and 1 set of dice. Who gets them? Unless you're only playing with your friend, it's going to be a bit awkward. So having that is again, I kind of like that. I'm kind of used to that. I mean, that's what they started doing with X-Wing as well. They did the single force packs, which were really good. Yeah, I agree. I hope they're not pricing the new players out. It's going to be an interesting one. Again, weighing up how much you're going to get in the box as the price of it. Obviously, if you're going to get 600 points in a box, that's going to be that's 60% away to having a force, a full 1,000 point force. So you've got to think that's it's going to be interesting. I mean, I say that again. I buy Games Workshop stuff, so I tend to drop more than that on boxes occasionally, but. Again, it's look at how much you're going to get in there, how much you're saving by buying it in that. At the same time, how much of it do you need as well? And I know we're nerds, we're gamers. It's not about need, it's about how much do you want it. But looking back in at the action up there, looks like the B1s are seeing what shots they can get. Are they going to try and take out that final sleeper?
Yeah, so I can only attack units that are single backwards. Yeah, so it's just Oh yeah.
Oh, B2's checking. Only the one action.
Second difference.
Looks like big shot coming in, I believe, on the Bad Batch. Ooh, a fair amount of paint on that one. So cover is apparently non-existent at the moment, so that's going to be 7 defense dice to roll.
Yeah, you don't care unless it's really panic. That's why I didn't really want.
So let's have a look and see what this defense roll looks like. That's 3 damage going through onto the Bad Batch tech. Ooh, just to make who's dropping from the Bad Batch. Does he go thematic and go with how it happened in the series? I don't know.
scale or anything like that. So it'd be speed 1.
Yeah, take 2 wounds on tech.
So tech is down and a wound on Wrecker. So, end of the round.
2 for me. Yeah, please.
2 for you, you go 4. 3 for you.
So, good score there for Lee. Scores 3 at the end of the round, 2 for Jake. It's going to bring us up to 4 apiece going into round 2. Round 3, sorry, turn 3. So we are just over halfway through this first game. We've got just over an hour left to play, and it is still anyone's game at this point. Yes, Han and the bus are down. Yes, there is obviously a unit down for Jake, but there's still plenty of action to come. So they're going to obviously have to debate what their command cards will be. Han didn't really get to do much there, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, but big piece.
Brother! Yeah, brother!
This is the hardest to make last week.
So, mechanized incursion. Lots and lots of orders going out there.
And then he's also got direct 4. Direct AR unit. Any 2s. Then the bag is 3 deckers. And I'll do my better
Lots and lots of orders there, giving Jake a lot of flexibility. He can decide who is going at what point. And I think the only things that don't have orders might even be the droidicas. So he basically goes, and one BX one up at the top. So it's a little bit of a roulette. Will it be BX or droids from the bag?
You place now, and then at the end,
So at the end of the turn, I do a range 2 line.
yeah,
Well, in that case, that's going to go to cover.
Yes.
That is 2
Oh, I just like that. It's attrition and you just wipe.
The tank is making its inexorable move up the board there. So split firing with the droid tank.
This phase, you're three.
No, I've only practiced.
Three.
Yeah.
2 crits into the ATRT. Four going into Sleeper Cell. Oh, those rebels, they are dropping. That tank is just doing some serious work over there, just popping through those rebels.
So excited there. Two saves.
I suppose it's kind of what you expect with those tanks. So they're going to come in, they're going to hit hard. It'd probably be a little bit gutted if they weren't hitting that hard if you were running it. But still not a unit taken out. Jake does still have any territory to score though. Any and enemy territory are the ones that are still available to score. So
all three was a pig. White and the full.
Sleeper's moving out from under the eye of that tank. Oh, is the Droidica? The Droidica drops. And Lee is taking the any territory victory point there for sweep and clear. That does actually put him in the lead now, 5-4 in this turn 3.
Or if I need to speed 3. Okay. I'll spend a surge to speed 3. Yeah.
Move up.
Yeah, it was really hard.
Two wounds. One like.
Oh, they are pushing right up in there.
Yeah, no
Those rebels pushing right up to contest those. The B2s coming in to punch the Bad Batch as hard as possible. So it is punchy from the B2s into the Bad Batch. Oh, it's not bad. 7 hits into the Bad Batch. Ooh, only 1 wound on the record. That is a pretty darn good showing there.
There's always way more competitive ones than this. He already turns it back. Oh, blimey! He's turned around, he knows.
Rebel troopers are activated. Looking like they're going to come in and see. Well, firstly, get away from that tank. Secondly, see if they can assist the Bad Batch, because they are calling out for a bit of help here. So, going into the B2s, not the B1s or the BXs, lots of B battle droids on the table. Oh, not bad this time, that's 5. 2 drop for cover, so just 3 saves to make on those. So, just 1 down on those B2s. They are hardy, especially when you've got Kalani with a surge there as well as their own surge, just really doing everything they can to keep them alive.
Kalani. He will strategize. Obviously.
That's, I'm okay with that. Hurts, but I'm okay with it. Spend 1 of 1. There's a million of those.
And then he's going to shoot at that lone.
Makes sense.
So, see if we can take.
Yeah, so like heading up like 2 crits.
2 crits into the lone sleeper cell in the trees there. And he,
it's too early for me to be not thinking.
yeah, that is the sleeper cell down, but already had a unit go.
Yes, I haven't had it yet, so I'll take any.
So, scoring that. Now, both back up to 5 points here. And now the only sweep and clear for Jake left is to score in the enemy territory. So Bad Batch, they're angry now. They are getting punchy. Let's see how punchy they can be. We know that Wrecker definitely likes to throw his weight around, so. There's lots of guys to try and work out.
That's why I'm looking at thinking it's one or the other. And that case, never mind. I'm looking at it thinking it's either or. Oh, here. That's alright, I don't use it very often. Now you get. Yeah, that's like so aim, right. Then the aim. Never mind. Then 1 reliable. 5.
Ooh. 5 hits into those B2s from.
3. 2. And
So 1 down, 1 wound, passed over. Oh no, 1, 2 down.
Hey, 1 more bad thing.
Oh, and the knife hits. Ah, 2 guys left on 1 wound, so that's why we lost 2 guys there. It's all getting very close and personal in there, so it's easy to miss exactly where things are triggering from, but that melee in there is doing well. The rumble on Ryltoh is alive and well, and yes, this is a Scarif board, but there's probably a bit of Scarif on Ryltoh.
I've only got one action. They are suppressed. So yeah.
Put the extra in and
Steady, of course.
So just having a look down there at how many units we actually have there. So there's actually 3 units of Rebel Troopers up there. Yellow, red, and blue bases. So hitting 2 crits. I think that's possibly a full squad down over there. Oh. Bit of earthquake on the table as the observation towers took a shake. Would appear the ATRT wanted all of the tokens. Yeah.
So into the arcs.
So it's been quite a brutal turn for Lee here. He's lost a few pieces on the board. But definitely not out of this though. Still in a position to make this work.
Yeah, you can do it.
You can see it. Oh, that's
Oh, so ATRT looking to cap the objective and still get the shot in those droidicas. So just 2 shields down on those droidicas in the middle.
I'm honestly happy to keep the front row. Because you had rolled it. It just depends. It doesn't matter which one you did it in. We have the same result at the end of it. I'm happy. If you're happy with it, I've got no card left because I can't use it. So, like, the only thing I can think of is I have to everyone next, but then. Oh, yeah, no, that's.
So those BX droids getting into some combat there. They are going to be looking to do some slicing and dicing. Oh, 6 hits, not as much sashimi as we thought it would be. Oh. Okay, 2 left in that unit. The assassin droids have come in and done exactly what you'd expect them to do when they bring knives to gunfights.
Explore that thing.
Very good.
So, 2 things in one free. So, cover roll, I get 1. Play profile. Don't save it with that, I'll dodge it, the regular hit.
Speed 1. Yeah. So, there, you have 1 on 2. There, cover. You get light cover because of pressure. We've got flames around.
Poole going into the tank.
No, you don't get hurt, you don't get an image. Spend her dodge. This one is yours. He hasn't spent the dodge.
You're 100% in. Yeah.
He spends the dodge.
Yeah, he has spent a dodge. And then, for example, the ruling on exemplar is you can spend this unit token as if they were your own. I still
You didn't. I played it. I apologise.
No, it's alright.
I haven't done it wrong.
The only reason I know you do is because I played the snail with the thing loads with flying.
I exemplified a few times later and and I've done it before and I apologise.
That's all good.
So obviously some few little discussions about rules on there, but you know what? These players are just getting on with it very well, like explaining things out nicely. Again, really nice to see. But yeah, more damage going in on that tank, but it is weathering it well.
You've seen this at double of that. 1 crit. Who's that? You decided to echo. Oh, fair.
So B2 is just moving out from inside that shield generator. It's really nice having these cool looking buildings, but sometimes they're just too damn big and get in the way. Fortunately, neither player can activate those turrets, because otherwise that would be rather brutal.
Oh, Brainbuster Jack!
The name.
Is that like level though? We're both out. We're both out.
Wow.
1 to cover, 1 to resolve, get it back. 4.
So 4 saves left on them.
It's a war of attrition, basically. You are winning.
That's another squad down. Ouch. This experimental droid list does seem to be a very successful experiment at this point. It's a very good damage output coming from there, making it tough for Lee. Oh, the rebels punch back into those assassin droids and take 2 out. I mean, rebels are always going to have a bit of a umph to them when it comes into close quarters combat. They're going to be definitely worth having a go. So.
One save. I'd rather use the Literally. Oh, fucking. What?
And shoot me forward.
Hits.
Nope. Dodge is yeah, they're not. Goes in it. My last two suppression. Sorry, Mike. No, we're Mike.
Hunter.
So ACRC going into a tank. Can we take it out?
Another suppression.
No, the tank still lives.
These guys, AI.
Oh, Droidicus down. On the right hand side of the screen, AI attack into.
They got AI mental attack. Yeah, that's my fault. They got move attack, that's why I'm moving. So attack there, nothing, so 2 hits, and I think a lot.
So, cheeky little attack from the Droidicus does nothing, but they are still on that objective, so that is probably more important for them right now. We've got 40 minutes left in this game. We're coming down to the end of turn 3. It's 5 points apiece. And looking like it's going to be interesting on the scoring. I think it might be possibly another 2 points on scoring each, but we will see. Oh, the repair droid doing work. Another B2 brought back all that hard work by Lee, just erased by that pesky droid. Oh, not great.
From the edge of the token. One suppression. It's going to just come off, so.
You get pivot strike activation.
Right, there we go. That is the end of turn 3. So it looks like it's 3 points each. So we are 8 points apiece here. So it is a very, very close game. Anyone could take this out. So turn 4.
And with his example, I would always want to try one. I love reading. So I'll go with
Yeah, we'll call it batch.
So we do what we do, and preservation of protocols. So again, we're going into turn 4 now. It's looking a bit rough for the rebels. Unfortunately, they are running low on resources. The Bad Batch are tied up by those B2s. We do have 3 ATRTs running around, able to help cap objectives and put in some good shots. But those assassin droids over there coming in and shooting through the rebel troopers is making a big difference in this game.
I've got line of sight out range through them. Are we able to input scores? I'm not seeing being able to do it on monitor.
Apologies for the communication silence there. Just having a bit of an issue with our round at the moment. It didn't update onto Longshank, so I'm just having to re-input that because obviously it likes to randomize it every single blooming time. So, just waiting for that to be in a position for me to update it. So I'll be as quick as possible, guys.
As well.
Why you then go 3 impact stackers and then just one suppressor.
There we go, guys. We fixed some of the tech issues we were having. We have our first result in for round 1, and it was a victory for Josh there, who is running some rebels. So good solid victory for Josh there. He's got his first win on the board. And a nice longer lunch as well, which is going to be quite nice for him. But back here, it's not looking great for the rebels. Yeah, we've got the Bad Batch still up. We've got some ATRTs still up, but that is about it. Those ATRTs are really helping with the scoring, though. So, which is that they're doing some good work there. And it is going to keep it close, but we are at it's an 8-all game at the moment.
Sorry, 2. Just got to say 3. Come on, Poole.
Oh, that's the assassin droid down, and Lee has just claimed another VP, just making it 8-9.
Well, there is another one. Which I'm going to do. I can't do that there. Like, I will get there. I will get to Speed 1.
Right.
He will.
So this, it's very tense.
We won't be able to say that. Yeah, blow one of them off.
See ya.
Can do that.
So the question is, can Jake take out one of these ATRTs? So looking at it, middle ATRT has 2 wounds down, and as does the one on the left-hand side of the screen. If either of these 2 ATRTs go down, that would be big, because contesting objectives there, looking at it, they are contesting 4 apiece, so they would get 3 points each, which would actually give Lee the win. So it's going to be very important that Jake does work here on the ATRT. Yeah, sorry about that, Raid. We had a bit of an issue with the Longshanks. The pairing hadn't actually gone up. So when I redid the pairing, I then had to redo all of the pairings and get that right, and then make sure that the players were able to edit their own scores on there as well for me. So yeah, apologies about that. We are back.
They could technically do it if they max.
Yeah, it's on a knife edge right now here. Oh, no shields on the mid droidicas now, but also no damage.
Just going to be a 590 and then 5 reverse. Yeah.
Right, they are going for the mid ATRT. It has taken 2.
That's going to even it up. You're going to win on the last one. I'm done.
You're done.
These are red dice.
So why not go here, aim, shoot, next time go in. And then you own that point, and then you
So, big tank pivoting through the trees, bursting through the trees, coming straight down. Going to see it's all about that ATRT there in the middle. If that goes down, it's a very different situation.
If I 4 crit one, I would.
Oh, that's a lot of hits there. So the ATRT has been picked up there. So I think that's actually going to level it up at the end of. Now going into the ATRT at the top, the far left of the board. Got 2 remaining. Nothing for the B1s. Obviously, a lot of activations left for Jake. It has been a bit of a savage game. A good game, though. Very interesting. And again, despite all of the death and destruction...
This will not. Yeah, it should be 2 apart, so I should. If I can get it back to live, I should be able to get it. We won't come back. Yeah.
And then a 3 apart.
Yeah, they'll bring more.
Ooh. You know, fair play. Lee is looking at the moment what he can do to try and win this.
We're seeing things now, it's happening now.
Oh, it's another damage into that ATRT, and it's going to be aim and punch. Oh, the Bad Batch block all the punches. So that actually ties it up 11-11 going into turn 5. This game has been absolutely neck and neck the whole way through. Very impressive. But yeah, so we are, just a reminder, for this one, we are doing hard dice down at 2.5 hours. So they have 16 minutes and 32 seconds to make this count. You look at the assets that are left on the table, and honestly, you would think that it would just be, I'm done, but you know what? He's looking at this. He is thinking he can go for it. So it's a tie on the... So Jake is going to be activating first in round 5. Looking at sweep and clear, there's only one left for either in score, which is the enemy territory.
These surges have got loads.
We've got the enemy territory.
Yeah.
So obviously would need to have your leader of the unit in the enemy territory to actually score enemy territory. So I'm not sure if enemy territory is going to be scored, but all I can think is that there is going to be a lot of shots going into things right now, possibly the ATRTs. Yeah, I mean, it's the last VP we've got on Super Clear again is enemy territory for both, so it's going to be very difficult to score it. But the Droidicas on the objectives there, holding that. Lee has a half-health ATRT and a full health ATRT and a bad batch in the absolute mix-up there. Oh, I think he's got himself into enemy territory to score that. That is all sneaky. This is big. It's got all the tokens.
Yeah, so that's a crit. That's a crit.
So 4 saves to make on the ATRT. He can do this. Rebellions were built on hope. Oh, just by 1. That is the ATRT down. And that is enemy territory for Jake there. Full score on sweep and clear. That tank has just come in and done some serious work. But still not over. Whilst he's got to 13, if... Yeah, this is for strength of schedule, go for the VP, seeing what they can do. This is only a narrow defeat at this point. And I will say it's been an absolute joy to watch this game. I mean, just think, if the bus hadn't got in the way of a lot of those shots early doors, it might have been a completely different story. But keeping those troopers up and then just weathering the shots. B2's into the bad batch. 3 hits. Wrecker is down. So bad batch, can they take out those B2s? It won't make a huge amount of difference at this point, unfortunately, I don't think.
Yeah, we're driving to
Oh shit, sorry, yeah.
Oh, not a bad one. And that. There we go. That is game victory for Jake there. Very, well played to both players there. That was fantastic. Lee, he pushed it the whole way through there. So very close. But guys, that is game 1 of our Rumble on Ryltoh tournament here at Entoyment, brought to you by Out of Our Gaming. We have 2 more games coming up. We are going for lunch now. We'll be looking at game 2. We'll be starting around 12, or the stream will start about 12:45, aiming for like a 1 o'clock start for game 2. But in the meantime, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share it to everyone to make sure that they know that we are doing this. It will be up for later watch as well on YouTube. But in the meantime, guys, thank you for watching. Go have some lunch if it's that kind of time for you. That's what I'm going to do because I am hungry. We will see you very soon.
I'll finish 1 more point, I'll finish 12, you'll get 3. I've still got 2K on the board.
It's just
Ryltoh,
it's basically
Just like
you were getting not max, so